Retribution are still causing absolute chaos in the WWE. But little did you know, I'm a member too. And I honestly don't give a crap about the rules. But who's the leader of this badass faction? Well, many people say it's Roman Reigns, but Sean's View Entertainment strongly disagrees.
CM Punk!
Speaking of Reigns, I want to tell you an exclusive story on how he became a Paul Heyman guy. It was Brock Lesnar's birthday. Brock Lesnar wanted to throw a theme party, so it was obviously called Farm Party! But Brock Lesnar felt sad because no one except for Paul Heyman actually went to the farm party. I'm gonna call Roman Reigns Paul! It took everyone by surprise, but Roman Reigns actually decided to go. Ever since then, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns are the best friends. Farm fishing, farm cow riding, enjoying a fresh warm beverage. I'm speaking from experience, people. Farm activities really get people closer to each other. And that's why Roman Reigns is a Paul Heyman guy. I don't know if you heard that story, but now you did, exclusively from TheGreatOne. Thank you very much. We're also gonna talk about draft, NXT, Drew McIntyre's next challenger, and much more. Welcome back to Greatness of Wrestling.
Good morning, everybody.
That's gotta be Kane!
Your people so soft and lazy.
The ultimate farmer. Little naive farm boy. Farming is gambling. You know, I can go out and spend 10 hours in my tractor.
Welcome back to the show. How are you guys doing? So, I want to talk about Roman Reigns and Retribution. So, who's the leader? Nobody knows. We see them causing chaos on every single show. At first we got a mini version, now we have a bigger version. By the way, I was in the mini version, if you couldn't tell. We already talked about potential members of this faction, people like Dominic Dijakovic, Dio Madden, Shane Thorne, which makes sense. Now, ideally, I would pick Wade Barrett as the leader since all of these superstars allegedly are from NXT. The story writes itself, Nexus 2.0. Wade Barrett is mad about the previous Nexus losing, ruining his WWE career, so now he gets a better version of the Nexus, and now he's going to get his retribution. The story writes itself, but unfortunately it sounds way too good. If any of these people are the leader of Retribution, people are going to be disappointed. It has to be someone big to legitimize the faction. We need a big name. It could be anyone from the main roster, ideally a main eventer, so I believe it's possible that Roman Reigns is the leader of this faction. I mean, he's a heel now. At first, it sounded unbelievable. Like, how could Roman Reigns be the leader of Retribution? He's a babyface, that doesn't make any sense. It's never going to happen. We will never get a heel Roman Reigns. Now it's more than likely that this could be happening. One of the main reasons I believe Roman Reigns could be the leader of Retribution is because whenever we got Roman Reigns in the WWE since his return, whether it's SummerSlam, SmackDown, Payback, we never saw Retribution. Ever since Roman Reigns returned, on every show that Roman Reigns was on, we never saw Retribution. So maybe Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman told Retribution to not get into their business because they're back and they don't need help right now. Why wouldn't they attack Braun Strowman and The Fiend before the match or whatever? Well, maybe they don't want people to know that Roman Reigns is behind this. Because at the end of the day, these people are wearing masks. And people, when you do shenanigans like drinking from plastic bottles like Retribution does and they never recycle, you better wear a mask, man. You don't want people to find out your identity. TheGreatOne exposed. And I mean, look at his shirt. It basically says, wreck everyone and leave. Which is exactly what Retribution are doing. Absolutely destroying the property of the WWE. You have 50,000 windows. We have 2 bricks. We're gonna break the same window twice. We don't care. We're gonna pay you back. Don't worry. People being in Retribution kinda woke up this inner animal in me. I don't care, like, dude, I was supposed to throw trash out, and I didn't. I'm gonna do it today. Another thing is, we need to know why Roman Reigns is doing it, and that is a harder question. Paul Heyman has a reason. I mean, he got fired by the WWE. Brock Lesnar is no longer with the WWE. He needed a client. Roman Reigns, on the other hand, I don't know. What's the reason behind Roman Reigns' heel turn, first of all? That's what I want to know. The only logical explanation is Roman Reigns getting tired of the fans. But we don't have fans right now, so yeah, it's kinda... I don't know what's the explanation. Like I've said, the only logical explanation would be Roman Reigns got tired of trying to impress the fans for 6 years, so he's like, F it, I'm gonna do what I want, and everyone's gonna get the retribution. Everyone who ever disrespected me and whatever. I've read an article and people said, well, why would Roman Reigns win the Universal Championship then? If he wants retribution, he's trying to destroy the WWE. Why would he be the champion of this faction, of this company? Well, I guess it still makes sense. He wants to rule the WWE, not necessarily destroy it. And, I mean, who else could it be? Sure, WWE could pick The Miz, they could pick anyone really. And I do understand that the most likely scenario is that one of the masked dudes is actually the leader, but wouldn't that be very, very underwhelming? Like at this point especially, people are expecting a leader. So let's be fair, Wade Barrett or Roman Reigns are the best case scenarios. Or CM Punk, but that's not gonna happen. By the way, Dave Meltzer talked about Roman Reigns' heel turn. He says it's been in the works for a while, and it's something that Roman Reigns wanted for a very long time. So finally he got it. You can see how much Roman Reigns appreciates that. Imagine getting booed for 6 years even though you're the face of the WWE. I'm sure he wanted to turn heel in like 2017. Apparently we're getting a WWE draft soon. Triple H confirmed that the draft is coming this year, and let's be fair, it's something that WWE desperately needs right now. I feel like it needs to happen after the next pay-per-view because when you think about it, people like Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton won't have any challenges for the championship. It just doesn't make any sense for people to stay after, what's the next pay-per-view? I don't even know actually. I have no idea. We need fresh competitors for Drew McIntyre. We need fresh competitors for Roman Reigns. I would actually draft Randy Orton to SmackDown. Maybe turn him face. But then again, do you really want to see that? Although I would love to see heel Roman versus babyface Randy Orton. I don't know. It's really hard. Obviously, we're gonna get a lot of changes. A lot because it's very, very needed. And when you think about it, I feel like Daniel Bryan should finally go to Monday Night Raw challenge for the WWE Championship. This is something I would love to see. John Morrison and The Miz possibly splitting up. This would basically improve your mid-card and maybe even your main event. So, I don't really know. I might make a separate video on this when I'll think of superstars that should be drafted. Right now, I don't have anyone specific in mind except for Daniel Bryan. And maybe Seth Rollins. I would love to see Seth Rollins on SmackDown. But like I've said, it's a very weird situation when Roman Reigns is a heel. We don't have a lot of good babyfaces. The reason why Rey Mysterio wasn't wrestling in that #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship and Dominic was instead of this match was because Rey Mysterio is injured. People didn't know how serious it is. Turns out it's not as bad. Observer knows that Rey Mysterio's injury isn't serious and the belief is he won't need surgery and may only miss a couple months. Great news. I mean, the guy just signed a WWE contract. Imagine signing a WWE contract, getting injured for, I don't know, out for 10 months. Is that good or bad as a wrestler? Do you get paid a normal amount? I would love that. My lazy ass would appreciate the shit out of it. Dude, man. But on a serious note, Rey Mysterio is fine. We will see him in action. And maybe he's one of these superstars that really should go to SmackDown as well. I would appreciate Rey Mysterio on SmackDown. There are rumors about NXT moving. WrestleVote says there has been some discussions within WWE of moving NXT off Wednesday nights. This is huge. AEW versus NXT might be over, but people, maybe it's good. Let's end this war. Let's all get along. We don't need to talk about which show is better. It doesn't matter. Let's just enjoy wrestling. Let's support all wrestling. even though AEW is better. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like that would be a great decision. I mean, I don't think WWE really want to do that, because by moving your show, you kind of show that, okay, we're losing, we gotta move. You know, if AEW did that, it would be the other way around. So I don't know. It just feels like something Vince McMahon wouldn't do. But then again, business is business. He might do that, and it's good because when we get one show and other show is not on the same night, the ratings are absolutely amazing. Almost 1 million, like 800,000, almost 900,000 viewers per show, and that is great. So maybe they really should move. I'm not gonna watch anyway because NXT is just not for me. But for those who are watching both NXT and AEW, that sounds great. We also got this NXT Iron Man match, and it ended in no contest. I don't watch NXT, but when I see something on Twitter, you can honestly see how desperate they're getting during this whole AEW versus NXT thing. So maybe it is better to just move. Tyson Fury wants Drew McIntyre. We're getting these exchanges and I'm like, dude, nobody wants to see that. And I'm one of these people who don't complain about attraction matches, you know. I don't care if it's Goldberg versus Drew. I know it's not gonna be a great match, but it's an attraction match. And even though we're gonna get 2 moves, I will believe it was absolutely wild because it's a big match. I don't mind these matches actually. I did before, not anymore. But I wouldn't even mind celebrity matches. Conor McGregor versus anyone. Okay, I'll watch that. That sounds great. Anyone who actually trained, great. Tyson Fury in a wrestling ring is almost as bad as Lana. And that is saying a lot. That is actually saying so much. I don't see Tyson Fury as an attraction at all. Like, at all. Not one bit. He doesn't look legit. I know he's a great boxer. I know he would kick the shit out of most people. I'm just saying that in the WWE, I'm not feeling it at all. Like, one of the least interesting person. I would rather see Gronkowski versus Drew McIntyre, if I'm being honest. I want The Miz wants Roman Reigns at Wrestlemania. So we all know that Wrestlemania is gonna have this Hollywood look. Basically, it's gonna happen in Los Angeles, I think, and that's the reason why he wants to face Roman Reigns for the championship. I mean, on paper, it does sound cool, you know, a Hollywood superstar main eventing WrestleMania. Awesome. Then again, is it really a match you want to see? The Miz versus Roman Reigns? Put that shit on the main event. The Miz should get a big match, I get it. He should win the Intercontinental Championship, maybe. You know what we need to see? Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Oh, the great one. That sounds terrible. Part-timers, man. Well, you will watch. Shut up. You will watch. You know you'll watch. You know you'll watch Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Then you'll go to Twitter to complain, and then you'll watch this match again. And the last thing I want to talk about is Keith Lee. So we saw Keith Lee absolutely destroying Randy Orton at Payback. What a selfless move by Randy. And TalkSport reports that Vince McMahon asked Randy Orton to make Keith Lee like a star at Payback. Vince wants to push Lee to the moon. So basically, Vince McMahon sees a lot in Keith Lee. That is awesome. I mean, if you beat Randy Orton like that, Vince McMahon really must like you. Not sure how much he likes him if he changed his attire, his theme song, he made him look a bit more generic. I don't know what Vince McMahon means by liking people, but it seems like Keith Lee's WWE career is looking promising. But Keith Lee, listen Keith, listen. I know you're all excited, oh, Vince McMahon likes me, I know. I know you're excited, you're over the moon right now, but you will never replace Roman. You know you will never replace Roman in Vince McMahon's heart. No one will. Not even John Cena. Thank you for watching the video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.